Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. My name is Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. I advise and empower women professionals to step into their most authentic personal brand so that they can gain lucrative opportunities. I'm actually closing the opportunity gap. And I'm focusing on appearance, behaviors, communications, and digital presence when I am supporting the women that come to me. And also, y'all, as you know, it is to slay in my world. All right. And so this morning I was able to get in an amazing workout, even though it was hard as all get out. I did treadmill for 30 minutes. I ran, and then I was on the spin bike doing a boot camp type workout. So hopefully you got some movement in, or you are anticipating getting some movement in, because this is the space, all right, where we are slaying everything that we do. Slay means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point, to impress greatly, to dream big and work hard until you own it. It is also an acronym. It stands for life and leadership philosophies that really resonate with me the most. And that is stay ready to be ready, lead out loud, a sense of community, and knowing you are built to last. I'm a professional keynote speaker, an image consultant, personal brand expert, an author of not one, two, or three, but also I contributed to 2 books. So that's a total of 5 opportunities that I was able to provide some inspiration and empowerment for those that are looking to move in this world, because we definitely all need to be contributing. All right, our story, sharing our story, making sure that we are always showing up in our best versions of ourselves. Now, I am also United States Air Force veteran. So if anyone is here with me this morning, go ahead and put it in the comments. I definitely want to give you a shout out and welcome you to the Rise and Slay Morning Show, okay? Because today, y'all, we're going to talk about something that I have definitely been in conversations with, and that is commanding your brand. Yes, today we're going to talk about how to command your brand. So I often get into conversations about personal branding, because people are like, well, what is this thing? What are you talking about? Right. And personal branding is really about an intentional effort. You are making moves intentionally because you're trying to show up exhibiting your beliefs, what you stand for, how you think, what are some of the things that you're interested in and most passionate about. And we do that in a number of different ways. So building your brand, like I put out there before, is there's a lot of angles to it. And you have to understand, what it is that you want to do, and what is it, the systems that you want to display your personal brand. So for me, it is podcasting, talk shows, writing books, public speaking, dressing up, because I love fashion. All right. I love to go shopping, as some of you have seen in some of my posts. But I just like to feel good. I want people who come around me to understand that I am a woman who's been through a lot, but I am moving forward into this next chapter, and I want more. Okay, so you will see that either online or in persons, okay, because I don't have anything that's holding me back. All right. So if you're ready to step into your own power, into your own personal brand, I'm going to ask you, what's holding you back from doing that? Okay. Is it the fear of stepping into the unknown? Is the doubt that's creeping in and whispering that you're not ready for the next level? So let me just share a little secret with you, y'all. Okay. No one is ever fully ready. No one. So, but guess what? That doesn't matter, because you're already more than equipped to succeed. You are. Okay. Slate to success is a whole thing. There's a lot of different legs to the business, to the company, if you will. And I realized after 30 years of dedicated military service, I didn't want to just retire. Okay. I didn't want to sit around and just watch everything just go on outside of me and just think, okay, it's not my turn anymore. I had my chance to do that while I was in the uniform. And so I had to go through a journey and I realized that I reinvented myself. I took decades of leading high stake operations, managing teams upon teams in different environments, and making life changing decisions on a regular. And I had to think about how I could turn my experiences into reality. So I went from, and for those that are coming into the space and you're not quite sure what the military structure is, I served as a command chief master sergeant at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota. This was the highest enlisted position on the military installation, and I served in the highest enlisted grade, which is Chief Master Sergeant. Only the top 1% of the Air Force gets promoted to Chief Master Sergeant. So I went from that to being the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, or the Chief Encouragement Officer of Slay to Success at the age of 50, y'all. Okay. Where a lot of times at the age of 50, we're looking to slow down. All right. We're looking to just say, you know what? I'm done. And when most people slow down at that age, I said, nah, y'all, it's time to speed up. Okay, it's time to speed up. But how am I going to do that? Well, I took Slay, which is the foundation of the business. There's a backstory to the Slay, okay? And I took it as a foundation and I said, how can I build upon this? I know that for me, I definitely see myself doing a lot more than what I'm doing right now. But this is just the beginning. So, how can I speed up? So, last Tuesday, we talked about how to quickly get into movement and to speed up the little bit of time, especially if you're transitioning into a new career or if you're starting a business or you're looking to do community leadership, because a lot of times when we were in military service, those are the types of opportunities that we're looking for. So starting my first business, this is my first business, y'all. I have never been an entrepreneur before. My family, there are entrepreneurs in my family who have been doing side hustles for many years. But I truly wanted to do something, like that was going to be generational, right? Maybe someone in the family will take it on or not, but I'm leaving a mark in the world that is much different than when I was in military service. So, starting my first business wasn't just a continuation of my career, it was actually the beginning of my best chapter yet. But here's the real deal, y'all. The transition was anything but easy for me. I remember coming from South Dakota, driving to Indiana, and then, being there with my family for a few weeks. And then we drove from Indiana here to Maryland. We started getting our house set up. We were going through the motions of closing out on the house. I was driving around here in the DMV. I'm here in Maryland, y'all, driving around the DMV. I was very anxious. I wasn't quite sure that we even were supposed to be here. I was doubting myself of where I was going to go and how I was going to move. I didn't know if I was going to return back to a corporate job, if you will. But I did know that I wanted Slate to Success to be a part of that because it started before I retired. And so I just wanted to continue it through. And it wasn't easy. It was very emotional for me. There are days still that I have that I go up and down because business is not easy. And it's just about really pushing myself. I've been pushing myself, I've been stretching myself, and it forced me to grow in ways I couldn't even imagine. All right. I've met new people, I've been a part of new opportunities. I'm giving presentations, I am doing workshops, I'm part of different groups, and I have seen the growth happen. And all it was all about was just taking the next step. But it is so worth it. Okay, it's so worth it. And I look back, I didn't just trade the title and the position that I had for another one. I really claimed a whole new identity. Okay. I went from commanding lots of people, okay, like some of us have in our military careers, to really commanding my own brand and my future. So if I can do it, guess what? You can do it too. So if you are here, please let me know that you're here listening in. For those that are just what coming in, you can listen, share, and subscribe to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. I also have the Slay to Success Talk Show on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I bring in a guest. But today, y'all, we're just talking about commanding your brand. Okay. How is that possible? What can you do? And this is all about, let's get into some action. Let's get into some motion. Let's start moving and carrying ourselves from what we know and leveraging it as we go into this next chapter. So, the confidence that really carried me through some of the toughest moments in my military is the very same confidence that has fueled my success in my business. All right. I want you to feel that same confidence right now. I just decided one day, all right, again, after we moved here to Maryland and whatnot, that I wanted to do something different, that I wanted to show up differently. So I started to network. I started to reach out to people that I already knew, because, people that already love us and want to support us, they're part of your network. So it's all about referrals for me. I get word of mouth. People just say, hey, we know a woman who could help you with your personal branding, who can help you to gain some opportunities that you may not knew that they existed. She's going to help you to do, public speaking, maybe writing a book, or, something that is absolutely different than what you had been doing before. And so the confidence that I gained while I was in the uniform, I'm just really like moving into this civilian sector with the same type of confidence, knowing and believing in myself, believing in what I am doing, believing and trusting the results that I am providing for the clients that I am supporting right now. So I just want to ask you, what's stopping you? Okay. If you are still thinking about, oh, I don't know, like maybe you've been retired, for a few months, or maybe you've been retired for a few years, or even longer than that. What's really stopping you? Is it your age? Okay. I'm here to tell you, I'm 52 years old. Okay. I am not stopping what I'm doing. I believe in what I'm doing. All right. Is it your background? All right. My background is much different than a lot of the environments that I'm going into right now. A lot of people, when I tell them, after talking about, business stuff, sometimes people ask me like, so, what is your background? What have you been doing, for the past, 20 years or so? And when I say, well, I was in the military, I served in the Air Force for 30 years. And it's like, what? And so there's a lot of follow-on questions, right? There are people who are like very interested in knowing, well, how did that journey happen? And I grew up in Kokomo, Indiana, which is a very small town. And I went into the military at 18. I actually turned 19 when I was in basic training. And I didn't retire until I was 49 years old, y'all. All right. So we all have a background that we can share with one another, right? Is it your current circumstance? Maybe you're not in a position right now to really have a business, or to go into that new career, or to step into that leadership role. All right. So, those things that I'm just sharing, age, background, certain circumstances, those things don't define your limits. All right. The only thing that defines your limits is whether you believe you have any in the first place. So let's make this very clear. You have no limits. Okay. There's no cap. And so that's the mindset that we have to get into is we've got to be able to push ourselves a little bit more if we have dreams, goals, and aspirations that we have been wanting to do for a very long time. And for whatever reason, we just got stuck in it. Um, we have no caps, there's no limits. So look at what you've already done. Okay, every challenge, every setback, every moment of resilience, that's where you built your authority. That's where your personal brand was born. And you don't need anyone's permission. I'm telling you this right now. You don't need anyone's permission to step into this next chapter with absolute confidence. The only thing you need to do is to step. That is the only thing you need to do. Okay? All the other pieces will fall into place. I'm a testament to that. All right. All that will fall into place. If you're in alignment with your passions and your interest and where you want to go, everything will start to come to fruition. There's not a pull for me, y'all. You know what I mean? Like the things that I do is with a lot of flow and ease. I get up in the morning, I work out because that is the first thing that I need to do to kind of reset my mind, to recharge me, to rejuvenate me. And I start thinking about the day and where I want to go and how I'm going to move and what I need to work on. And then it's just easily, naturally coming to me. You know, these conversations that I have with you all, that is on Tuesdays, and most of the times on Tuesdays, at 7, or excuse me, at 10 a.m. These are things that I don't have problems with coming up with a topic. It's already there. So what is it that you have that's already there that you can just share on endless, on repeat? You don't have to have, anyone to come in and do any brainstorming. You've already got the stuff in your mind. You just need to write it out and just step. All right? And when you take that leap, the world will not only see you, they will remember you. Okay, they will not only see you, they will remember you. So, one of my strategies, as most of you know, is I took on, a fashion as the visibility. Like, there's so many people who are out in the world who just want to hide themselves, all right? Who don't necessarily want anybody to see them, so they camouflage themselves. And so I was a part of a community for a very long time. I absolutely loved wearing the uniform, but when I retired, I was like, there's something else that I really want to do. And for me, I show up in colors, shades, hues of pink, no matter pattern. I love patterns. You will see that a lot. Okay, but that's just something that's unique to me. And so that gives me too the confidence that, I'm standing in something that I really enjoy. Um, and it gives me time to, or it gives me an opportunity to explore like who I am and own it, right? So people will remember you for that. All right. They will remember like when you're standing out amongst the crowd and you don't look like anybody else. So that's the strategy that I've taken in this next chapter. Okay. And I am just, again, I'm having fun. I'm being a little bit more carefree. I understand who I am and how I move and kind of how I think. And I'm just allowing that to take the forefront. So, are you ready to stop asking yourself if you're ready? Because the truth is, you've been ready all along. It's time for you to command your brand. This is time for you to own your personal brand, to shape it, to lead with it, and to show the world exactly who you are and what you stand for. The stage is already set. The only question is will you step into your power? Okay, that is the only question that you should be thinking about. Hey, Queen, how's it going? What's happening? Good morning to you. I'm so happy that you are here showing up live this morning. I hope everything is well for you. I know you're at a conference, so keep on slaying, Queen. I love it. So, I'm just going to give you some tips for you to get started. I'm not going to be here for very long because I know sometimes people are busy and attention spans and all this other stuff, right? So First tip that I want to share with you is you got to leverage your strengths. All right. Think about all these skills that you got, that you developed over the years, whether or not you got a military background or whether or not you have a corporate background. You may be in the industry, for a very long time. So think about those skills you developed over the years, whether it's leadership, problem solving, sheer determination. Okay, a lot of times I look at some of the years that I had in my military career, and it was based on determination. Like I was determined to get to the next, or I was determined not to let an adversity like take over and I folded in. So I really had to talk myself up. Now, these are the superpowers. Like I use my resilience and what I have been through as a superpower in this next chapter. All right. Yes, I may get mad. I may get upset. I may feel like, oh my gosh, this is it. But then I think to myself, why did I get started in the first place? What are the list of the whys? Because I have an arsenal of whys. And so, what those things are, those skills that we develop, these are our superpowers. That's what makes our brand very unique. And we got to use them to our advantage because no one else can bring what you can to the table. No one else can bring what you can to the table. Just remember that. Okay. The next tip that I would say is you got to embrace reinvention. You got to embrace it. So, the pictures of me last year are different than the pictures of me right now because I'm evolving. All right. As I'm getting more into myself, as I'm feeling the things that really resonate with me, things are changing. And that's what we want to see. Don't want our reinvention to be stagnant. All right. And it's not about changing who you are, it's really about refining and amplifying what's already amazing with you. All right. The person who served, the person who led, the person who thrived under extreme pressure is the same person who will own a business or their career. So we don't need to be afraid to pivot. All right. Because every turn brings new opportunities. Again, I help women professionals and women, especially women veterans, to close the opportunity gap. There are opportunities that are out there, but sometimes we miss out on the opportunity because we are not prepared. We are not prepared in our appearance. We're not prepared in our body language or our behaviors. We're not prepared in our communication skills, and we may not be prepared in our online presence. I help you close the gap. All right. Because I see my journey as how I was able to do it for me. And I have opportunities on top of opportunities. Every day I have something going on. In fact, like today, y'all, I have a presentation that I'm giving for the Washington, D.C. Built chapter, and it's a technology industry. How did I get that opportunity? I was in another opportunity for Milestones Makers as a circle, and a woman that was in there, me and her got online and we started talking. And then before you know it, she asked me if I could come in and do a presentation for their chapter meeting. This is what I am good at. I can honestly say that if you're looking for opportunity to get in front of people or to be able to showcase what you have, I'm your girl. Okay. I can help you do that on repeat. All right. Because you're going to see, if you're following me, you can see all day, every day that I'm involved with something or another. And I'm absolutely grateful that I have the opportunity that I get to and that I want to. All right. The next tip that I would say is your confidence is the key. You know what they say, confidence is silent, but insecurities are loud. Confidence is silent and insecurities are loud. When you walk into a room or if you're logging onto a Zoom call, because I know it's hybrid environment right now, you need to let your confidence really speak before you even say a word. Before you say a word, okay? Your personal brand should project strength and authority. And that starts with believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, right? Confidence is a skill. That means you have to continue to work on it every single day. For me, my strategy is working out. Okay. Because when I feel good and when I look good, I just can't help to say that I'm going to show up. Okay. I'm going to step up into a room and I'm be like, you know what? I own the room. All right. Figuratively. And I'm going to take things on. All right. I'm going to stay present in the moment. I'm going to be listening, actively listening. I'm going to be inviting, I'm going to be welcoming, all these different aspects that can contribute to a positive first impression. So it's about the confidence, all right? And reinvention isn't just possible, it's actually incredibly empowering. I feel like, this next chapter is the next best yet. And I'm here to help you to start it with confidence. Okay. And you deserve this. You earned it. You deserved it. So let's think about how we're going to step up. We're going to slay any doubts that are out there in our brains and our minds, and we're going to own the future that's waiting for us. So, this uniform, if those that have been in service, okay, if that uniform, is something that you've been, really attached to for a very long time, I understand completely. All right. And once you take it off, let your ambition really fuel the fire. It's time to turn your experience into influence and impact and your grit into greatness. All right. So you want this to be unforgettable. So again, my name is Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. And I advise and empower women professionals, especially women veterans, to step up into their most authentic personal brand to gain lucrative opportunities. And we focus mainly on 4 areas: appearance, behaviors, communication skills, and your online presence. And today I talked about how you can command your brand. It's not too late. Don't let your age, your circumstances, or anyone or anything stop you from going after the dreams, goals, and the aspirations that you want in this next chapter. You have the experience, you have the expertise, and you have the skills, all right, that no one else can bring to the table. All right. So all we need to do really is to think about how we're going to move into this next chapter. So I have my cheat sheet here. First, we're going to leverage our strengths. Okay. Then we're going to embrace this reinvention journey that we're going through. And then we're going to use confidence, because confidence is key to us really stepping into our power. So, this has been the Rise and Slay Morning Show. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Chevy, for being here live with me this morning. I do want to just remind everybody about the Intro to Personal Branding workshop for women veterans. All right, if you're a woman veteran, you don't have to just be transitioning. You may have been transitioning for a long time and you're just like, I don't even know what I'm doing or how I'm doing. This is a tool. Personal branding is a tool to help you, to guide you into your next chapter or to wherever you're trying to go. And that's going to be on October 23rd, which is on a Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's on Zoom. Yes, it is a small investment. Okay. But I'm telling you right now, this is going to be worth it, because many of the women that I have been able to support, they come out feeling like I have a start, I have something to so that I can focus on to get me to where I want to go. So I invite you to come to the workshop. I will put the link into the chats after this is done. Okay. And we'll see you there, because I think, you're going to absolutely enjoy it. And you're going to be like, wow, this is something brand new. It's refreshing. It's exciting, right? Because I make everything exciting, everything. So again, I don't want to leave you, be here all morning. All right. So thank you, Chevy. You're welcome. Thank you. So keep on slaying until you can't slay no more. And I will see you all next week at goodness, I'm getting these times wrong. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or this Saturday or Sunday. Y'all, it's a lot. This Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a guest that I'm going to have on the talk show. So I'll see you all soon. Bye bye. Have a slay amazing week.
Yeah.